There we go. I was recording wrong. Thankfully, I realized it. Welcome, everyone. Streaming in here.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. I'm
Hello.
fine, go home. Thank you.
But could we use the code from last class in this class to like the walls?
Yeah, actually, at the end of class, I'll show you how to like combine the two. It's actually very easy to combine.
I was trying to make a game. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if you just add walls, you get Pac-Man because you can't stop Pac-Man from moving in Pac-Man. So it's basically Pac-Man.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it now for the work. Let's go ahead.
Oh, am I lagging? No.
A little bit.
Sure, you're lagging a little bit. It's like a little glitch.
Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? It's probably because this is trying to upload Vimeo. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just shut that one down. Okay, hopefully that helps it. Thank you. I'm never sure if Lumamp is trolling me or not. All right, we'll wait a few more minutes here. Oh no, wait. How's my mic, everyone? Is my mic fine?
Good.
Okay,
Fine.
thank you.
The mic is good.
Does anyone want to see my new Lego thing I bought?
Sure, go ahead.
Doesn't
Here,
need
I'll
to break
pin
your
you real
heart.
It's
quick.
from Lego Ninjago, the Crystal King mech.
Oh, whoa.
It's got a helicopter, but it broke.
Oh no.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a Taurus.
Oh wow.
I bought a model. I didn't even watch it yet. I watched Lego Ninjago, the entire series, finished. I just forgot to watch it. Me too. I'm just busy with Roblox.
I watched the first few seasons years ago, and I haven't watched it since. I hear it gets pretty crazy.
It's gotten even better. Like the old
It's
ones were
always
like
has to be
it was like
Roblox.
old animation, but now the new animations are crazy. Love Giant Smashing City.
I remember
Look,
when like
it's the Crystal King.
Oh. I remember when Zane became a robot or something, and I
Yeah,
was like,
he's
that's
a
too much for me.
robot.
That's too weird. I'm like,
I have to. And then he exploded. Then he's alive.
mm,
He's a robot ninja.
right.
A ninjroid. Apparently, in the one, I'm pretty sure he's a metal ninja in the one I watched.
Mm.
The metal ninja, like full robot. Like
TYN.
Can
I
we just
have
concentrate about what were we learning by this point?
yes. The main thing for today is I'm basically going to be teaching everyone different aspects of making a video game. And then one day we're going to attempt to take everything and put it all in one thing and make a full-fledged video game.
I'm lagging so badly.
Um
I'm lagging.
okay, Pawan, I promise end of class.
I'm lagging. Guys, am I lagging?
Oh no, hey.
Hello?
What?
You sound fine.
Okay, never mind. I'll just forget this ever happened.
So for today, we're going to be learning how to make walls. All good video games have walls, especially the early ones, 2010s. You have a lot of these walls that when you touch the walls, you die, right? Or you have to start over. And then, so you basically can make like a little maze with it. And yeah, Pac-Man also has walls. Those walls are more when you touch them, you can't move, right?
I'm gonna make a
I
rage.
think the
There
I
are
think the
infinite
fact
reasons
that-
to have walls. I'm not sure we're going to have time to implement too much functionality in a wall, but we'll see what we can do. If anything, we'll learn how to make the wall in a function, the modularity of it, being able to have a wall that keeps repeating, making
It's
walls
like
easy.
slither.io. When you run into someone else's body, you die, and there will be a red border. That
Yep.
when you run in to that border, you die.
Yeah, very similar. Oh, you get Slither.io in your background too. Foreshadowing. All right. Well, 337, that should be pretty good. All right. Let's go ahead here. Let me... Okay, sorry, give me one moment here. I'm grabbing. Okay. There we go. We are on replit like usual. Every time. Link in chat. And yeah, if you're home, you can tell a joke near the end. Or we'll take a little break from all right, we'll go and click on create. In the template, we'll type in HTML, click on HTML, CSS, JS, and click on create REPL. And while you do that, I'm going to find the earlier code so I know what code we need to paste in. Because I'm not writing that.
Why?
I just mean the that whole script canvas thing we normally put in. All right, so.
I already did that.
All right, good job.
Already did in the script.
And yeah, if you have like an old project, you can go ahead and just copy from that too. But for now, on line 13, we have the script src script.js. You can go ahead and delete that line of code and paste in this whole chunk. And I will paste that chunk in chat. You will copy the code I pasted in chat and paste it where the script tag was. And you have a new processing JS script. And I'm curious, yeah, we're using a new one here. I will show you how to merge the two, or that'll kind of be like part of the homework is merging the two. That way, like, you don't have to. You can be technically new here. You're totally fine. You can do no coding, and you can be fine for this class. All right. And if you ever wanted to know what you were actually grabbing when you did that code, here's the processing.js file. You're grabbing a lot of code. All right. So we're on index. Now we've done that, we'll go to script.js. We'll do a void space setup, setup, left parenthesis, left curly brace, enter. Inside the curly braces, we'll do size, size, left parenthesis. And then inside the parentheses, we'll write 400, comma space 400. And at the end, we'll do a semicolon. And now when we run it, you get a big gray box. And go ahead and give me a done in chat when you're done. Oh, to Plawan, I would say maybe try to use a new project. If you want to try using the old project that had fun, go for it. And I will show you. I'll kind of like as I go, I'll show you what to do instead, I guess. But yeah, maybe go for a new project for now. Proud you may unmute.
Teacher.
Yep.
When I type the same thing in script.js and when I click run, there's no gray box, but just hello world.
Okay. Oh, and to TYN, in fact, to everyone, we're doing a new file today. So open a new replit, new everything.
And
All right. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and stop my share. You can share your screen. All right, go to your index.html. Huh. Oh, have you clicked run? Just one time is good. Oh, I see it. Okay. You didn't delete the entirety of your script. On line 13, you see a script src equals and then more stuff. Right after the equals, yeah, press right there. And then start deleting. Just delete everything up there. More. Yep. And there you go. You're good. That should be good.
Thank you.
All right. I believe I turned off annotations, but it might not be for shared screens. All right. Now, after setup. Oh, looks like I did not. Okay. I know how to turn it off, though. Wait, how do I do it? There we go. Haha, I've thwarted your plans. Okay. Couple new lines. And we're going to do void space mouth moved. Mouth, capital or MOUSE, capital MOVED. Mouth, capital M, moved. Parentheses, outside parentheses, curly braces, enter. A very similar thing as the drawing app. We're just doing a quick and easy way to make a character. We're going to be doing a similar thing for all these game type ones. And then later you can just move it. Instead of mouse moved, we'll do like the key stuff. It's very easy to switch it. All right. And you may unmute, Taya.
It's not working. I did void setup. Oh wait, okay. I think I did something wrong with space.
Yeah, void
just
space
checking.
setup.
Is there something wrong with my? Is there something wrong with my script?
Um,
I will show you by flipping my camera. Can you see?
Hi, it looks correct. Maybe go to your index.
Okay, wait. Let me. Okay, I'll go to my index.
Huh.
Let me
Okay,
try
maybe
rerun.
yeah, or maybe back to your index, I guess. I'm not sure.
It's not working.
Maybe try refreshing and then running again. I'm not sure actually.
Okay.
If you can't figure it out, I will help you out again. All right. So in mouse moved, we're going to go ahead and add a background. background. Left parenthesis, and I'm going to do a bit of a different background this time. I'm going to do the opposite of what I normally do. I'm going to do 200, comma space 100, comma space 50, semicolon at the end. All right. Putaporin says I cannot see the screen. Okay, can anyone see my screen right now? And Cahome, it'll work a little nicer in terms of other things if it was 400, but it doesn't need to be. Just understand that some of the things I write won't work then. Okay, so two people say cannot, two people say they can. Here, let me stop share and try again. There you go. Okay. And Leo, your code looks good. All right, after the background, we're going to click enter. We're going to do ellipse. ELLIPSE. Left parenthesis. And then instead of numbers, as we did in the drawing one, we're going to do mouse, 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 X, capital X, comma space, mouse again, and then Y, MOUSE, capital Y. Make sure to do the capitals here, comma space, and I'm going to do 20, comma 20 today. And then a semicolon at the end. And there we go. We got a little circle that follows around our mouse. In a way, this is actually new code because unlike the drawing app, we put the background in the function. So every time we move our mouse, the background will redraw. So all the previous circles will now be hidden by the new background. So you can kind of move around a little character. All right, co-op was saying help. I'm gonna go ahead here, and yep, I want to copy my script in. Oh no, wrong person. There you go. Oh yes, if you're on an iPad, this is gonna be trouble. Go ahead and don't do mouse move, just do draw. You still be able to do most stuff in this video or in this class. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop my share, and anyone who has any troubles can share their screen right now. And Taya, you may mute.
It still doesn't work for some reason.
All right.
Did I type in the 50 wrong?
Here, give me 1 second. I will get to a couple other people, then I'll come back to you.
Wait, hold on.
And yes, home or anyone else who has any troubles can share their screen. All right, Punjaron looks good. And to people who would like to use the code from before, you still want like the key stuff. This is actually all fine. You don't need to add any of this. All new code though, you will need to add. Okay. Have a couple. Okay. Not JP or not iPad Pro 10.5. I know it's not your name. Pretty sure it's JP.
So it's not working.
All right. Could you do what you need to share screen?
Here, I'm gonna take a photo since apparently can't. So,
All right. Looks like that resolved itself. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, Taya, you can unmute.
You want me to show it? Okay, is some okay, I can show you when I press run. Can I show you when I press run? Okay, you see this? Look, whenever I press run. Wait, let me press it again. And then see, nothing happens, no screen.
Okay. Go ahead.
Or is it due to the all the tabs I have? Should I delete some
No,
tabs?
that should be fine. Go ahead and
Because I have a ton of them.
no, that shouldn't be the problem. That's either an index problem or yeah, probably something wrong with your index HTML. I'll get to it in 1 second. The problem is that you have only one L on your ellipse on line 7. It should be ELL IPSE. You only have one L.
What again? ELL.
Yeah, here I'll
Is
show
it
it real
ELL
quick.
or EL?
It's ELL. Yeah.
ELL.
Yep, ELL. Here, in fact, I will show you real quick. There you go. You have it like
Oh, but I already pressed it. I already did it. I
letter
already
L.
did it though.
All right. And who else had trouble? Punjaron, code looks good. Huh. Everything looks correct. Oh wait. Okay, looks like to JP, you have a couple problems. Well, actually one only one thing that's actually the problem. Give me 1 second. I will get to everyone's problems. All right. To who was that? Shoot. JP. You have, for one thing, you have mouth Y at 200, which is fine. But on mouth X, you have a lowercase x. A lowercase x should be uppercase X, and then here should be uppercase Y. Mouth uppercase Y. Okay. Got a ton of messages. All right. Anyone who would like to share their screen right now? Home. Yeah. Your problem is that you have only one L in your ellipse on line 7. Yeah, you need to add one more L. ELL. There we go. All right. Anyone else wants to? There we go. Beam. Oh, yep. Looks correct. Oh. A bit of weird behavior. Huh. I have no idea what's going on there. I'm baffled. I'll come back to that. It looks like it's working, but maybe it's a glitch on my end. I'm not sure what's going on. It seems like it's like buffering. I'm not sure. Maybe reload your replit. All right, anyone else? JP. Well, I guess it should technically work now. Mouth X, yep. MOUSEX. 200, 50, 50, ellipse. Oh, sorry, one thing actually, I will say, if you see a gray screen after running, you see, let me share my screen. I also see a gray screen after running. You need to put your mouse over it for it to do anything, because the function only runs when your mouse moves. So if you're on like iPad or something, don't do mouse moved. Just do like draw. That way you can actually see it. All right. I'll stop my share. Anyone else wants to share their screen? All right, that's good. All right. And when you can unmute.
Why my square is so small?
Can you say it one more time?
My square is very small.
Your circle or your canvas?
The orange block.
Okay. That's probably because you put the size wrong. Maybe you did like 40 instead of 400. It should be 400, comma 400. But I can see in one moment. And JP. Okay, I'm really not sure what the problem is, JP. Space after a comma? Um, yeah, huh. Okay, I'll have to help you in a bit. Yeah, I'll help you in a second. For him, you can actually do that in your index. What he's doing is technically correct. I will double check that you can do that. I believe I've double checked it before. And yeah, what he's doing should work. Okay, that should be everyone. I'm going to go ahead and move on here. I'm sorry if I didn't get to everyone. But for the sake of time, I'm going to move on. Hopefully, I'll be able to get to you after class. For now, try to follow along the best you can. All right. So here is the main thing for tonight. It's outside of setup and outside of mouse moved. We're going to type in let space wall, WALL, wall. We're going to have a variable named wall equal sign, and the variable is not going to be a number or a string. It's going to be a function, FUNCTION. FUNCTION. I'll paste it in chat as well, so everyone can see it. Then we're going to have left parenthesis. Outside the parentheses, we're going to have left curly brace and enter. And go ahead and give me a done in chat when you're done. Pawan says, are we going to do die files? Hopefully we'll have time to do something like that today, but we'll have to see. Okay. Good job, everyone. Now, our goal is to be able to make a function where when we give the function various numbers, it will spit out a rectangle. We're basically going to make a function that is the same thing as a rectangle function or the ellipse. We're going to feed it in an x number, a y number, a width, and a height, and then it will make a rectangle at those locations. So, first thing we're going to do is in the parentheses, we're finally using the parentheses. Inside the parentheses of the wall function, we're going to write x, comma, space y, comma, space w, comma, space h. These will be variables that we will use for what is going to be inputted. I know it's confusing. I will show you in a moment. Into the function now, we're going to write rect, R-E-C-T, left parenthesis, And then we're going to write X, comma space Y, comma space W, comma space H. Oh, and two very important things. We're going to have a semicolon at the end of rect and a semicolon at the end of the right curly brace. Because we're writing JavaScript outside of these two functions, so we need the semicolons on line 7 and 6. And if you run, nothing should be any different right now. Nothing should happen, but go ahead and give me a done in chat when you're done, nonetheless. Punjaran code looks good. Home, your code looks good. Good job. Oh, and to lumamp, you need a semicolon at the end of line 6 on your rectangle. Oh, and to home as well, actually. Everyone, you need a semicolon at the end of the rect area, a semicolon. Yeah, both Cahome and Lumamp, I saw. Both great names, by the way. Yep, looks good, everyone. To Bunky as well. All right. And now, after the ellipse, here's the last line of vital code for today's lesson. We're going to write wall, W-A-L-L, and home, you still don't have that semicolon at the very end. Right here on line 6, you need a semicolon. All right, so wall left parenthesis right here on line 13 after the ellipse, we're at wall left parenthesis. And here we will feed in particular variables. Sorry, not particular variables, actual numbers, the opposite. We're going to feed it in 100, comma space 100, comma space, and we'll do, how about 100 and then or let's go 200 comma space 50. There we go. And now when we go on, we have this big wall right here. And okay, I'm gonna try to read that Thai name here. Okay. And yeah, go ahead and just write this down. I'm going to wait a second here and put a done in chat when you're done. Okay. Dumirahapi? Dumirapi? Mairu. Mairu. To that person, P832, you need a semicolon at the end of your rectangle. Okay. And yep. And yes, right now the wall is no clip. It is not. It is more like a rectangle that happens to be there than a wall. We might have time to do things with it. All right, for 5 minutes, I'm going to take questions. I see I have a couple raised hands. Okay, win-win, you may unmute.
Now I'm trying to calculate size of block, but it's
too small.
All right, could you go back to your code, please? Oh, okay. You misspelled setup. You have a B at the very end instead of a P. It's set
Oh.
up, UP. You have a UB. I make the mistake all the time too. All right. Sheen, you may unmute.
Teacher, can you send in chat code?
Yeah, I can. I sent it earlier, but it got spammed away. Well, not spammed, rightfully sent away. And Cahome, if your oval is bigger than your wall, you might want to shrink, either make your oval smaller, use smaller numbers on these two, or use bigger numbers on your wall. The last two numbers are the sizes of your shape. So switch those around, should be good. And Punjaron, you may unmute.
Teacher, okay, wait. I forgot what I want to say. Is this the homework for today, or do we have to do something else? Yes, you haven't been told.
There is going to be actually specific homework for today. It's the first time ever I'm doing more specific homework. So yeah, I'll tell you at the end of class, which should be about 18 minutes. All right, and bruh, you may unmute.
The homework just disappeared again.
Your what?
My entire work just disappeared again.
Oh, shoot. Maybe refresh it, or if you want, you can also, here, I'll paste my code in chat. I'll help you. I have a way to recover it. But I'll show you at the end of class, hopefully. And yeah, P32, you can share your screen real quick. All right, and okay, Beam, you may unmute.
I know now what's the problem is there is two triangle in my HTML actually. How to fix that?
Go ahead and share your screen. It looks correct. Yeah, I mean everything looks fine. You might want to
It's look, there's
Oh.
two.
Oh yeah. Probably because in your index.html you have an extra canvas tag. Just find the little canvas thing. Here, I'll show you. You probably have something that looks like this little two canvases. You probably have another one of these. Go ahead and delete the second one.
See? Okay, thank you.
Welcome. All right, and okay, we'll take two more questions real quick. Eugene, you may mute. Oh no, we're getting so many questions. Okay.
My code is not. My code is error, teacher.
All right. Go ahead and share your screen. Anyone who needs to share their screen right now can share their screen. Huh. That is okay. What happens when you go over your canvas? Like what happens when you move your mouse over your canvas? Oh, actually, yeah, you have actually a few problems. Okay. 1 second. I will show you what's wrong and then I'll help you out after class here. Okay, you have a couple things. For one thing, you have your entire like script stuff outside of your body. Like you have it over here. You see your intag body here. You have it like between your body and your HTML. Go ahead, copy it, delete it, and then move it just below your hello world. And you also have this like extra script stuff still here. You have a little bit of script left like this. If you have that less than sign script and then another less than sign script, go ahead and delete that first one and you should be good. I'll help you out more at the end of class. And all right, last person, share the screen. Whoever gets it next gets it. Whoever needs to can share their screen. All right. Could you go to your index.html? I'm sorry, your script.js is what I meant to say. And Lumamp, your code looks good. Wall. Oh, you misspelled background. You spelled BACKGORUND. It should be BACKGROUND. Just switch the R and the O, and you should be good. Oh, shoot. Is there anything else wrong? Oh, you also have a D at the very end of your mouse moved. It's MOUSE and then capital M. So just take out that D in the middle. And that should be all good. There we go. Good job. All right. And, well, I'm not sure what the earlier problem was. But right now, let me show you the current problem. Wait, is this the right one? There we go. What was that, JP? You don't have in the function, you don't have all like the X, Y, W, H stuff. In the function in between the parentheses of the wall function, do X, comma Y, comma W, comma H. All right. Now, let me see here. I don't believe we're going to have time to do the thing I want to do. We'll see here. We'll try it. All right, we might have to go like 5 minutes late to be able to do this, but we'll try it anyways. All right. So, inside the wall function, what we want to do is make an if statement. A left curly brace. Lumamp is dying in the chat. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, and if statement left curly brace, we're going to do mouth X, capital X, greater than sign, X. Lowercase x, by the way. Mouth, capital X, greater than sign, lowercase x. What this is saying is, okay, we know where we made our x. So go ahead and say if the mouth is to the right, greater than, wherever we made our rectangle, something's going to happen. So mouth x is greater than x. We're also going to say two and signs, mouth, capital X, is less than And what we want is to say, okay, is the mouse between the two edges of the rectangle? Because our end goal is to say, is the mouse inside the rectangle, right? But for now, just left and right, is the mouse inside the rectangle here? What's greater than x, remember x is right here in a rectangle, is greater than x, we know that. We also want it to be less than this side, right? The other side of x, which should be x plus its width, right? Like if you made it at 100, 100 plus 200 will be 300. So we want to be less than 300. And because we know exactly where we made the rectangle, because we have these variables right here, we just say x plus w. And now whatever rectangle we make, this will be correct. It will be greater than where we started the rectangle and less than where we end the rectangle. So we got mouse capital X greater than X ampersand ampersand. Let me like copy and paste those two ampersand in case anyone can't find them on their keyboard. Oh, that was the entire thing. Whatever. And mouse capital X less than X plus W. Next last thing. I'm sorry if I'm going here a little quick, but we're running out of time. Two more ampersands or and symbols. And we're going to do the same thing, but for y. Just mouse y is greater than y and mouse y, capital Y, is less than y plus h. Remember, h is the height, that's up and down. H is the fourth number here. Again, the how tall it is, right? So we're going to say where you start plus the amount of, length the rectangle is, so where you end. And +1 I'll copy when I'm done with this code, because I don't want you copy and pasting wrong code. All right, so we have our if statement. This says, is the mouse inside the rectangle, inside the wall? If so, left curly brace, enter. Punjira looks correct. We're going to write fill, left curly brace. I'm going to do fill something like 255, comma, space 0, comma, space 0. That's red. And make sure you do a semicolon at the end of that fill. I'm also going to go ahead and make an else statement, E-L-S-E, else, right after the if statement, else, left curly brace, enter. I'll just do fill and something like gray, like 100, comma, 100, comma, 100, semicolon at the end. And that's the code for the lesson. Now, if you run it, everything is gray, everything's fine. You can move the mouse all around. The moment you put it inside the rectangle, it becomes red. This is the current equivalent of a death screen. We'll make it better as we go along in the classes, but for now, we have our basic logic here. And yes, I can copy my code. There you go. Pawan, in about 10 minutes, I'll help you with the picture. 5 minutes. Okay. That was the main thing. And the important thing about this is that we can now make another wall and we don't have to rewrite all this information. For example, down here, I'm going to make another wall. W-A-L-L. Left parenthesis. And I'm going to make this new wall at, how about 50, comma, 70. I'm going to make it the size of 50, comma 200. They're a really long wall or high wall. If I run it, it takes a second to run. There we go. I now have this whole, like, you can think of it as a maze. I can go all around this whole area, and the moment I touch it, it becomes red. And only this wall, right? Not all the walls become red. Just this one wall becomes red because it's the one I touched. It becomes red. Over here, it becomes red. And like that. All right. And yep, I can get the code in chat. Now, if you're able to do this, if you're done with the code, put a yay in chat. Y-A-Y, or done. Good job, good job. Good job. Meh, yeah. That's fine. I understand it. I will help you in 3 minutes. All right, good job, everyone. Now, for homework, there are 2 parts of homework. The first part, which is the easy part, is making more walls and making a kind of maze or like some weird thing with a bunch of different walls, something cool with different walls. You can even make it into kind of like a game, where you have to like do a maze. You have to make sure you get your mouth all the way through. The other part of homework is taking what we learned last class and putting it here. Basically, or even the other way, like taking this wall stuff and putting it into the other code, right? That way you can control a character with your keyboard, and then when it touches the wall goes red. The main difference is that instead of mouse X and mouse Y, you're going to want the X and Y used for the actual character, right? Like you had let X equals 200, let Y equals 200. You're going to want to use those variables. And maybe here you might want to do like P, like PX and PY, like change them everywhere here. That way you have different variables, or try to figure out a way to change the variable there and make it all work together. That one is less needed, but it will be cool if you could figure it out. All right, and Sheen, you may ask your question. Let me go ahead here. You could, okay, everyone can now unmute themselves, and officially this is if you have no questions and you are code's good, you can now leave. Class is officially over. Goodbye.
Teacher, why I click run it
Should I
didn't
go or should I not go? Should I go or should I not go?
Goodbye.
Should I go or should I not go?
It's not working.
Wall, but
It didn't. I click run, but
Oh.
I see on the wall.
I'm going
Okay,
to go.
all right, yeah. If you, to be clear, if you have no questions and you have no problem with your code, you can leave. That's totally fine. All right, to the person currently sharing their screen, to Ashley.
Warning.
Bye.
Apparently, everything is not showing up. Nothing is showing up.
Okay,
Apparently.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute you again. All right. So to go home, everything looks great. I will say your third wall has the exact same numbers as your second, so it would seem like there's only 2, but there actually is 3. And if you change it a little bit, you see another wall kind of come up. And you have to move your mouse over. Okay, go ahead and change the first number of your wall to like 200 or to 100. Okay, the first number of your third wall to 100. Oh, Taya, I can also help you if you have problems in a second. Yeah, now click run and try it. This is the questions and problems phase. Shoot. Why is it running though? Could you scroll up a tad? Okay, I'll come back to you because I have no idea. Oh, okay. Let's look at Sheen here. Wait, let's go home again. Oh wait, Eugene. Okay. Yeah, Eugene, I'm going to help you in a second, and then I'll come back. All right. Yeah. Give me one second. I'm trying to look at Sheen's real quick. Everything looks correct. Give me a second. Your index might be a problem there. Wait, no? Yeah, something seems off with your index. Well, for one thing, you have on line 13, you still have your old script tag. That's part of it. I think there might be another part, but that should be a good start. You go ahead and just delete that code on line 13, the entire line. All right. Punjaron, you may unmute.
Uh, um, see, the part when you said to combine the last projects,
Yeah.
which is like, hold on, let me get it.
Yeah,
It's right here. I think I got this from the chat earlier. This part. Yeah, if we use this, not only the XY would collide, that could be fixed, but the ellipse would too. I tried it.
Go ahead and share your screen so I can see what you're talking about.
No. This was from like earlier when I tried it in the middle of class with telling no one, and the ellipse ended up colliding. I don't know why, but well.
Oh yeah, to me,
Oh yeah, I think I found the problem too.
All right, I'll help you in a second. Yeah, and also, question in regards to the homework. You can also just ask me and stuff on Facebook and on Discord, and I'll help you guys out. Okay. All right. So a couple things, JP. Oh, okay. You know what? A couple things, and yeah, Tay, you can go if you would like. All right. So I'm gonna help JP real quick, and then actually give me 1 second. All right, to JP. One, you have like another if statement for all this mouth y stuff. Go ahead and take what was in that if statement for mouth y, and then put it in the just this if statement. You only need one if statement. They should have, you have mouth x and mouth y and mouth x and mouth x and mouth y and mouth y. You need to have those extra ampersands. Also, you have, I forget, mouth moved. You did something wrong. I forget. I think you missed a D. You have mouth move. I forget you did something wrong here. All right. Anyone who needs help can share their screen right now. Okay, I see the problem. Okay. All right. I see. Here, let me share my screen. Okay, you have a couple things here. For one, you have two of these racked X, Y, W, H. Just delete the lower one. The main thing is that you don't have the curly braces for wall. You have like semicolon at the very end. You need to delete that semicolon, add a left curly brace. Replit is going to make another curly brace. You need to delete the right curly brace and add a right curly brace at the very end here before mouse moved and after you're rect. And again, you did make two rectangles, so you can delete that other one. The main thing is these curly braces. Okay, anyone else? All right, all right, anyone else who needs can share their screen right now. And Pawan, I promise 2 more minutes. All right, Sheen, I'll help you in 1 moment. Punjaron seems to be taking one to share. Not sure what's going on there. All right, Paul, I'm going to stop your share. I'm not sure if it's a bug. Oh, maybe it was on my end. Okay, and Sheen, you may. Sheen, you may unmute.
Teacher, when I click one run, it didn't get anything.
All right. Let me see.
Yeah, and it didn't get anything.
Or can you zoom in on your code? Huh, it all looks good. Could you go to your
But-
index.html?
Index.html.
Okay. Here, let me go ahead and show you. All right, in your index, you have an extra script tag. It'd be here on line 13. You have all this, right? Script src script.js. You have
Yes.
that here. You need to delete that entire line, all of line 13. Just delete that entire line. That
Okay.
should fix it.
And click run.
All right, Cahoom. I'm
Teacher,
on.
but it don't have anything.
All right. I'll. Okay.
It has only hi. Look.
All right, Cahoom. I'm going to have to help you via Facebook. because I truly have no idea why that would be. Yeah, I'm going to have to help you on Facebook. I'm sorry. And to Sheen. Okay. I see strange coloring, but I'm not sure why. Everything looks correct.
Brown. That brown. Can I see your code?
Yeah. Remember, to try it out, you do need to go ahead and put your mouse over the canvas. Oh, now mine's broken. What? Shoot, my code's broken now. What happened? What? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna refresh real quick. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to help you on Facebook as well because I can't get mine to work right now, and I'll need to figure out why. What? And bruh, your code looks good. A lot of walls, good job. Okay, well, my code's broken now. I'm not sure why, so I'll have to get back to you. All right. So for the last thing, Plawan, I'm going to show you how to do the picture. And to be honest, I don't know how, so I'm going to look up how to make a picture in processing JS. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll make a new replit here. You can use the same one, but because mine's broken right now, I'll use a new one. There we go. All right. Now the main thing is that we have this little load image thing. You might be able to get an image from the web. The main thing, if you see here, you need to use load and then capital I image. You set that equal to a variable like img equals load capital I image, and you do that in your setup. Now, your two options would be to have that image be in your files. So like you can go here, upload a file, and like upload the image. You might be able to get like the actual link to it, like we did for HTML. But that's how you do it. And to make the picture move, you see right here, these two numbers are the position of your image. So to make it move, you would just assign those to like X or Y, and then move it like we did before with like the X plus equals 1 or something. And yes, I'll go ahead real quick, copy my script. And for a bouncy movement, that's a lot tougher. I'll have to like, that's a more advanced thing. I'll have to look into how to do that. But one step at a time. And death screen would be next class. All right. I'll stop my share. That is pretty much officially the end of class. But if anyone else has any other questions, share your screen now and I can help you out. Look, your code is correct, but you have both your fills on line 7 and 10 going to the same color. So just change like one of the numbers on one of your fills so you can actually see a difference. Because it should be working, but you just don't have an actual number there. It's changing to red, but it was already red, so. There you go. All right, anyone else? You may share your screen. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's cool. Man, good job. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let anyone unmute as well. Oh, Eugene, okay. All right. Oh, on line 15, you misspelled the word lips. You did ELLUPSE. It's ELLIPSE. Just replace the U on line 15 with an I. Line 15. It's a pa. Naipasatai. Let me see with your index, huh? I'm gonna real quick test out if what you're doing would actually work because it looks like here because you have all your stuff outside your HTML. I just want to see if that would actually work. Yeah. I will say go ahead and move all that code there that you highlighted. Just copy it. Here, let me show you. So, a couple things here. Go ahead. Here's your code right now, right? You have all this code and it is below your HTML. Copy it, delete it, and put it up here. Make a new line right below your hello world and paste it in there. And also, I believe you have like 2 spaces on your src. That's a problem, but it might be. You have 2 spaces between your script and your src. You might want to delete one of those. And finally, this is actually a big problem. In your script, you spelled ellipse with a U. Delete the U and add a I. ELLIPSE. Either way though, it seems that for some reason my script isn't working either right now. I'm not sure what I did. I don't think I even did anything. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to like make a new replit there. All right. So with that, all right. If anyone else needs to share their screen, you can go ahead right now. Punjer on. There we go. All right. Oh, okay. All right. So here's a very interesting thing. Go ahead, delete your entire mouse moved, and then re-put your wall stuff like wall 100, 100, 200. Put all that in your draw function. Because right now you have your draw function that calls once every 30 seconds, but you have the entire move function is going to call, whenever you move your mouse. So yeah, and you also you have a spare right curly brace on line 20. You're gonna need to delete that one. Yep, and then just move your wall stuff into your draw function right after your ellipse. There we go, and now it should work. Hopefully. I'm actually curious, so if you mind running it, I'd like to see it. Does it need a semicolon? No. It should be good. Huh, you still are able to move your mouth. Do you mind scrolling up? Okay, click run again and try again. Oh, okay. Every time you use the word mouse X, you're going to need to switch that to CX. And then same thing with mouse Y, you need to switch to CY. And the X needs to be lowercase. Please remember, instead of the mouse now, we want to where the circle is. Yeah, there we go. All right, try running that. Huh. All right, there seems to be some kind of bug. Oh, you see your let cx variables? Put those above your wall function. Just, yeah, let cx, let cy. Just put those above your wall function. And now try it. I'm not sure if that was a problem, but there is a JavaScript thing of like, if you didn't declare the variable, it might not work. And it's not working still. All right, I'm going to have to help you on Facebook because I'm not actually sure. But hey, good job though. You got mostly there. Try out working on your own a little bit, and then on Facebook, I will help you out. So I hope that was everyone, and I'm going to have to stop now because it is late and it's like 11 for me, 11 p.m. So hope everyone had a good time, and I'll see you again same time next week. Goodbye. Oh, wait, let me. There you go. Now you can unmute. Goodbye.
Bye. 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 See
Bye.
you next week.
You too.